Okay, sorry. Yes, I am running just a few minutes late. I thought I had it set for 11:05. I had to get some coffee. Good evening, everybody. For those of you that were sitting here waiting, I apologize. I was watching a live stream and I got caught up in messaging and ah, just sometimes it just overtakes you and you just lose track of time. So, anyways, you all, I am going to read some updates, and I didn't read all of it, but I read most of it. And I want you to see if you all catch what I catch. And I don't know, my mouth just stayed open until I manually shut it with my hands. So if that made any sense, I don't know. But let's get on with this, you guys. I'm pretty upset with what I seen tonight. As of 9 o'clock, I believe this article was 3 hours old. So about 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when this was posted. All right. Crime Online posts Gannon Stauch, stepmom, reveals exactly where she went the day Colorado boy disappeared. Exclusive interview. Now, I'm going to get my chat up here as well for you guys. Real quick here. All right, I see you guys. Okay, there's an editor's note on here. This story has been corrected to reflect that Gannon's stepmother said he did not walk out of the basement door on January 27th. He walked down to the basement area after he arrived home in the afternoon, but did not exit through a basement door. So the question here is, do they have a walkout basement or not? I'm guessing so, because, how would he have been able to exit the basement door? And I thought that was the big thing. He had a side gate, right? Can y'all hear me okay? Why does she keep talking? Who? Oh, the stepmom? I don't know. Oh, by the way, I keep forgetting. Thanks to everybody that joined the membership. You all are awesome. Let me make sure this chat is updating here. You gotta love it when it freezes. Okay. Check this out. I don't know if you all remember, but let's just see if you catch this, okay? The original story. It's been 1 month, I believe 1 month today, since 11-year-old Gannon Stauch vanished from his Colorado home. As part of Crime Online's investigation into the disappearance, we spoke exclusively with Tisha Stauch, the stepmother of Gannon and the last person to see him alive. Stauch last saw Gannon on January 27th at some point between 3 and 4 p.m. at their Lorcan Ranch home off of Mandan Drive near Colorado Springs. Stauch said that Gannon left to go to a friend's house and never returned home. She isn't sure which friend. That's funny because she said she knew exactly who he was. Who he was with, or who he was supposedly last seen with. She isn't sure which friend Gannon wanted to see, and none of the boy's friends saw him that day, according to Gannon's father, Al Stauch, in an interview with NBC 5 in January. Although Gannon was initially listed as a, quote, runaway by the El Paso County Sheriff's Office, Spokesman Sergeant Deborah Minot said that his status quickly changed to, quote, endangered and missing due to his age, weather conditions, and his medical needs. Excuse me. Now, they do have a petition. I'm going to leave the link, and we're going to go over that petition here in just a little bit. So, what this petition says, any child 13 and under within 3 hours needs to be listed as an Amber Alert, I think is what they're really trying to push, or as endangered and missing. See, if he was posted as a runaway, so that's going to cause the police to not get there as quick as if he was missing or endangered. And I haven't looked at the full petition, but we will go over that. And I'll also leave the link for that as well. And I didn't know this, but he is autistic and he does have medication that he takes. Authorities cannot confirm that Gannon left home by himself, but Minot said that if they thought Gannon had been abducted, they would have already released that information to the public. No one in the neighborhood spotted Gannon leaving his home on the afternoon of January 27th, at least no one that has publicly reported it. Gannon missed school that day. None of his classmates saw him. Another thing I want to point out, she, as in the stepmother, Tisha Stauch, stated that there was additional surveillance camera footage that picked him up getting out of the other side of the truck. Now, I said something along those lines on my last live that I think there's possible skipped frames that could be in that footage. And if you look closely, it does kind of look like he was possibly getting out of the other side of the truck. Now, listen. She said she had that turned into the police, and why the police weren't showing it or why the news wasn't broadcasting it. She said it's all part of the plan or something, like some conspiracy or something like that. I was like, are you kidding me, woman? So, let me do something real quick. And my computer just froze. Yay! I've heard a bunch of people are having issues with computers. Okay, it just popped back up. Where? Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, I got it back up. Sorry. All right. Okay. Stauch is aware that she is the centerpiece. Well, I'm glad she knows she's the centerpiece of speculation and rumors since Gannon's trail appears to end with her. However, she maintains that she is worried about Gannon and has no idea where he could be. She stressed to Crime Online that she has never harmed Gannon and would never put him in harm's way. Something's not right. I'm so mad. They have spent all this time and haven't found him. Why? Because they are chasing me. It's always me with her. The news anchor had to remind her, if you all remember that interview where the news anchor was like, okay, so do you have any words for Gannon? And she's like, and I don't want to quote, I'm not quoting her, but she was like talking about herself and that he'll see once he comes home and he'll see everybody apologizing to her and blah, blah, blah. Then it cuts off. And then she comes back on and just starts fake crying. Some crocodile tears. Okay, let's check this out. Neighbor security footage. A neighbor provided home security footage to Fox 31 Denver that showed Gannon leaving home with his stepmother in a red Nissan Frontier truck at around 10:20 a.m. And, okay, I just want to make sure you all are hearing me okay. Audio. Yeah, okay. Just making sure. Because I had to unplug my mic and refresh everything. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so I had it right on the truck, guys. It was a red Nissan Frontier. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so they saw them leave with his stepmother in a Nissan Frontier truck. I really wish they would have put the year. At around 10:20 a.m., the neighbor reportedly said that the security footage was from January 27th. Now pay attention, guys. Tisha Stauch returned home in the truck the same day at around 2:20 p.m. He added that she returned home alone without Gannon. She denied the allegation. Stauch told Crime Online that Gannon was with her when, when she arrived back home, and that as he exited the truck, he was holding a white bag in his hand. They misspelled her name there. She theorized that Drayton, the neighbor, may have provided the incorrect date of the surveillance footage since her teen daughter arrived home on January 27th at around 4:38 p.m. and parked in the same spot her truck was spotted in on security footage. We both couldn't have parked there, she said. Something's not right. I even helped my stepdaughter get the bike out of the garage. Now, I didn't know this. I didn't know that her stepdaughter was the same age. Maybe. I didn't know there was a stepdaughter. I knew he had a little sister, but from what I've heard, she's like 10. I don't know. This is all confusing. Okay, so she helped her stepdaughter get the bike out of the garage, and then her and her teen daughter, went to Dollar Tree. Truck was on the road then. She also added that she clearly remembered giving Gannon a white bag to hold on January 27th in case he puked. She said the little boy had, quote, pooped in his pants the day prior and had been having issues with his stomach. But you're going to take him on a hike? Another security footage clip aired on Fox 31 Denver that showed the red truck parked on the curb in front of the Stauch house. A boy who appeared to be Gannon exited the truck wearing a backpack. Now, I haven't seen that. I'm going to have to look for that. It's unclear what day that particular footage was captured, but Stauch said it showed her arriving home with Gannon on January 27th. So where's that at? It's unclear what day that particular footage was captured, but Stauch said it showed her arriving home with Gannon on January 27th. That absolutely makes no sense. Am I reading that right? If they're unclear what day that particular footage was captured, but then she said it actually showed her arriving home with Gannon. This is definitely Monday when we got back, Stauch said, referring to the clip. Same clothes, and he had a bag in his hand. Something's not right. I have said from day one that I never backed in the driveway when he and I returned. And it just says see footage below. I'm not going to replay that. Crime Online reached out to Drayton for the comment, the neighbor with the footage, but he was not immediately available. That's odd, because he was all for showing that footage, wasn't he? Stauch admitted the footage that captured her leaving on the morning of January 27th was likely correct. She said that she did back the truck in the driveway that morning while she let it, quote, warm up. She added that Gannon dropped one of his electronics as he was getting into the truck, and she picked it up for him. Authorities have not confirmed nor denied the accuracy of the surveillance footage. See, guys, I told you. That footage was A, very, very blurry, and B, I believe it had skipped frames. That's just my honest opinion. There was no date listed on the footage. That's another thing. They should not have showed that footage with not being able to verify the date. And I know with Xfinity, because we all know about Xfinity footage, right? That's what was used to help solve the Watts case, remember? They had Xfinity TV. There was no date listed on the footage that Drayton provided to the local media. It's kind of just all sketchy. The neighbor told Fox 31 that something was, quote, not right with Gannon, adding that the boy looked drugged and sluggish as he walked to the truck on January 27th. I saw him come out of the house. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Somebody's blowing up my phone. I can find it and play it. All right. I'm sorry. I'm turning my phone off. And my phone isn't even charging. Okay. All right. Now, do you all remember there's a very good friend of mine that lives very close to where the searches were taken. She actually helped search for Gannon. Once they cut off the public, she wasn't able to search anymore. But I was like, that truck's a Nissan Frontier, and depending on the year, the black box that's inside that vehicle could actually help them possibly solve this crime as to the locations. The Nissan Frontier and Pass Taken. So when I seen this, oh my God, I got all excited. Like, oh, did they get the black box? So I have not read any of this. Tisha Stauch said she drove her husband's truck on January 27th. I thought it was the daughter's truck. This story just keeps getting better. As a way to cut down on mileage on her own vehicle. She explained that her car was leased and she would have to pay a fee or have to buy the car outright if she went over certain miles each month. She also said she needed the room in the back of the truck to bring used sports equipment to Play It Again Sports, a sporting goods store that buys and sells new and used sporting goods. Stauch said she had planned to shop for hockey equipment for Gannon since it was the only sport he had shown interest in. Okay. I wish I had her, I wish I could find this interview if there is one. She said she had planned to shop for hockey equipment. Why is that in past tense? I had planned to shop for hockey equipment for Gannon. So did they not do that? They later went to Castle Rock to find a new bicycle for Al Stauch, who was out of town working at the time. Later went to Castle Rock. Stauch admitted that she left her... What? Stauch admitted she left her phone at home on January 27th. But wait. What about the selfie that was taken in the driveway? Did she forget about that? Oh, my word. She admitted she left her phone at home on January 27th, but said she had an Apple smartwatch. So let me guess, Tisha, you took that selfie with your Apple smartwatch. The dad was out of town. But said she had an Apple smartwatch on the entire time, which can easily track her whereabouts. First, it was the selfie that was taken in the driveway that could easily track her whereabouts. This story just keeps changing. Tisha explained her whereabouts may seem confusing because she, quote, took the back roads that morning because there had been a wreck. This is new info. She said at one point she got lost and had to turn around. She also said she took exit 163. All right, we're going to do a little something here. Something. Okay? I got some toys, some new stuff. Where to go? Let me find it. Oh, it's not on this window. Daggone it. Manage extensions. Oh, daggone it. All right, so if somebody can just jot down exit 163 off of Highway 105 for me, okay? I had something on here where I can take notes, and it's not on this window. I'd appreciate it. But she did not remember the exact time. But she remembers all these other details. Well, if she really wanted to verify it, she could have checked what time that wreck happened, okay? She got lost and turned around, blah, blah, blah. Exit 163 off Highway 105. When asked why Gannon missed school, yet went out shopping on the same day, Stauch said he stayed out school mostly because he was embarrassed that he might have an accident in class, since he was dealing with bouts of both constipation and diarrhea. Stauch added that Gannon's medication caused him to have stomach issues and bowel problems. This is the first we are hearing about this. Tisha Stauch said, after they returned home, okay. Do you all, is something huge missing? Something big's missing here on the whereabouts during this new interview. Thanks, Sophie. Appreciate that. Lady Grace, appreciate it. Alice and Faye, thank you. Okay, so the chat's a little behind on StreamYard. I may have to just pull up Google. Let me pull up my Google. What's missing, guys? Anybody? Where's the hike? What about the hike they went on? Oh, and Petco and the 2 to 3 dog coats that they bought. Correct. But the main thing is the hike. Thought you went on a hike. First story, he went to the neighbors. Yes, he went out the side gate. Okay. He went to the neighbors and she knew exactly who he was with. And now she's not sure exactly who he was with. And first they had went on a hike because she had her daughter verify, right? The Petco that they went to is 20 miles away from the house. She keeps forgetting her lies. Yeah, you cannot repeat the same lie twice. The security system. Tisha Stauch said after they returned home on January 27th, Gannon seemed to be feeling okay before he left for a friend's house, but it's not clear now on what friend that he went with. I'm sorry, but my 11-year-old son, if he goes to a friend's house, I watch him leave from my house to that house. I make sure that he gets inside, and I also have the neighbor, the child. I also have the parent of that child text me when he gets in that door. So now she's not even clear as to what friend it was. Gannon seemed to be feeling okay before he left for a friend's house. He went down to his room in the basement area afterward, according to Stauch. I'm going to repeat this. He seemed to be feeling okay before he left for a friend's house. He went down to his room in the basement area afterward, according to Stauch. So he came home after the friend's house? Is this a new detail, Tisha? He went down to his room in the basement area afterward. Crime Online obtained a copy of Stauch's ADT home alarm report that showed activity in the basement and living at the same time around 3 p.m. Okay. Well, I thought it was around 3:15 p.m. No, no, because that interview, she needed her daughter to verify that she got home from work after the hike and Gannon was home, remember? She had her daughter state that. Gannon was home when you got home after work, right? After the hike, right? So, Crime Online obtained a copy of Stauch's ADT home alarm report that showed activity in the basement around 3 p.m. Stauch said she and Gannon were the only ones home at the time, aside from their dogs, who were outside in the backyard. She added that her 9-year-old stepdaughter arrived home from school at around 3:15 p.m. and did not see Gannon. So that must be his little sister. Stauch's 17-year-old daughter, the one that was in the Air Force, reportedly arrived home from work at around 4:38 p.m. Remember, this was after the so-called hike, which is not even mentioned in this article. She arrived at 4:38 p.m. and minutes later left with the 9-year-old stepdaughter to go to a Dollar General store. She, too, did not see Gannon, according to Stauch, meaning the 17-year-old. So she's done lied. When she got home, it was supposedly after the hike, after she got off work, she went on camera and said, yes, he was home when I got home. So the stories just keep changing, you guys. They already said when the stepdaughter got her home from around 3:15 that she did not see Gannon. The search continues. Over 700 tips and leads have poured in while investigators continue to search for Gannon. Minot told Crime Online that authorities are working diligently and following up on every lead that comes in. Some of the tips and leads resulted in a search near the southern portion of Dallas County and Palmer Lake. For days, search crews with the FBI, El Paso County Sheriff's Office, and the Douglas County Sheriff's Office were seen shoulder to shoulder sifting through snow and mud with shovels and long poles. It's unclear at this time what, if any, evidence was found during the search. Meanwhile, Gannon's name has been added to the FBI's National Crime Information Center database. Minot said that no one is considered a suspect at this time. Now, this article is from today, okay? Anyone with any information on Gannon's whereabouts is urged to contact the El Paso Investigations tip line at 719-520-6666 or the El Paso County SO line, which is 719-390-5555. This whole thing is completely different than what we have heard and seen. This seems like a whole new case. Talk about mind blown. Again, yes, she tries to make it all about her. Pyramid 7, what's going on? All right, Long Reach 1, what's up? Marsha White Sharkey, much love, sweetheart. Thanks for being a member. Lucy's World, I love you, Mama. All right, so I went back up to the chat. Aries Queen 88, Hope Dean, Rick Rold, Allison Faye, Carla M, L 1978, Tanya Nicole, Hope Dean, Julie Drums, Sophie H, Julie Drums. Okay, I really do not know how to pronounce your name. Abia? I hope I'm saying that right. I hope I didn't butcher it too bad, sweetheart. Thanks for coming, hun. Pepper 1961. Hey, sweetheart. You need a wrench. All right. I believe Marsha had a wrench as well. Red Rum Media, what's up? I barely seen you with that font. I need to get with you and I need to change my name to where my font shows up. Tara MF Bella, Sandra, Sophie, Long Reach One, Sarah Smiles. Let you up. All right, let me go over what I need to go over. What's the problem with lies? You have to keep them straight. With the truth, there is no deviation. That's correct. Yeah, no mention of Petco. Wasn't the hike Sunday? No, the hike was Monday, the day he missed. That's what the whole big thing about was with the hike. They had to claim during the interview. And my whole thing was, well, if he wasn't feeling well and he missed school, what was he doing going on a hike? The hike happened on Sunday. He cut his foot on Saturday night in the garage. They woke up Monday morning and left for Petco around 10:15 a.m. and returned without him about 2:15. The hike was on Sunday. Okay, thanks, Hope Dean, for clarifying that. But why did she mention the hike during that interview if it had nothing to do with the day that he disappeared? And I think that's what's confusing everybody. She should have just talked about the day he went missing. Those phone numbers are like a big FU from the cops to the people. Long Reach One, what's up? Psyched for Life, Eva. Hello. I'm wondering if she cut the carpet up and disposed of it on the side of the road. Maybe that's why they went back to the house yesterday to compare carpet samples. Weren't they back at the house again? Yeah, it was yesterday. The crime lab did show back up yesterday. Why would she take him on a hike with it? Exactly. Well, no, because after that she got his foot bandaged up, he was, quote, good to go. Right? He only cut his foot because she said so. She said so. Because blood evidence was found and she needed to explain it. Correct. What is consistent with this? She texted her husband about everything else, even took selfies. Yep. Yeah, but she coincidentally and conveniently left her phone in the car that day. But yet, my whereabouts can all be tracked because we took a selfie in the driveway that day. So which is it? Did you leave your phone at home or did you take selfies with your phone? Pookie T, what's up? Gannon took Marilax for his belly from what I read. And how could he be dealing with constipation and diarrhea at the same time? Well, I'll say this. If he was on some type of ADHD medicine, I have heard that that does cause bouts of constipation. And if she gave him Marilax, then if he was constipated, then that could have gave him diarrhea if he was backed up, depending on how much she gave him or what he had been given for the diarrhea, depending on how he was backed up. But maybe she gave him too much Marilax because you got to be careful with that stuff. And it can also cause them to be dehydrated. And remember that video, it said, I'm bleeding at the end? Supposedly when the accident happened. But nothing said to Albert, so nothing was said to his dad about the cut. Wow. I read that T pulled the carpet up and burned it. I don't know. I heard he accidentally dropped a candle over and burnt the carpet, which shouldn't have been that big of a deal, anyways. Thanks, Pookie. Appreciate it. Alice and I only heard of Sunday, but they are saying Monday, so I don't know. You know what? This is getting so confusing. I'm like beside myself. I seriously need to get an Excel spreadsheet for this case, just like the Lori Vallow case. Oh, and guess what? As far as the Vallows go, they are now calling her by her new last name, which, hold on. What's her new last name? In court, she's still got a $5 million bail on her. Article she just read from a review. She said she left her phone at home. Sarah, you're funny. All right, so let's all right. I've got some other things I want to run by you all. You see, I had this article up in 2 different windows, so do. All right. I got the good chat up right now. Share screen. All right. Oh, that's why I didn't have it up yet. All right. Let me close out this Twitter message. Y'all don't need to be reading my stuff. Okay. Alrighty, let me take a drink real quick. Let me refresh this because I had asked her permission if she minded if I shared this, and I don't know what she said. I didn't want to just share it without, getting permission, since she probably went to all the trouble to get all of those. Just realize if you go back and watch the first presser with Mom, Dad, and little sister, when Albert spoke, you can clearly see both of his hands and all 10 fingers. Okay. Okay, I don't think she's been back on here. It was a tool, not wood, that he stepped on. She said they turned over wood for a, quote, small injury. I don't know of hardwood floors that are good on both sides, if that is what she's talking about. Why not wipe it up? If these texts are hers, she's guilty as hell. Okay, so let's just show this. And if she has a problem, I'll edit this out of my video. But it is on a public domain. All right. This is Carly Moore out of Seymour News. Update. They must have found something else of interest because investigators are bringing in a roll of brown paper. This was yesterday, you guys. T. Stauch, Messenger. I want to make sure. All right. That he was having a few days of silly accidents. They can't blame me of him starting a fire and having blood. And they seen the candle. How much blood did they find in the garage? and the fire people investigated. Still, how much blood did they find in the garage? Something that would be explained away by a small cut. Yes, in the garage. What was it? Just a small amount? Again, the question, they are reiterating how much blood was there. Plus, Albert cut his finger off in the garage. That's where the 10-finger comment's coming from. They can tell whose blood it is. There was drips and some got on the wood. We turned the wood over. There was drips and some got on the wood. We turned the wood over. With DNA, they would be able to tell if it was Albert's. Yes, and GANNON'S was on the wood from a small injury. She still has yet to say what injury or how. We know it was his foot, but how? From a small injury, she says. I mean, everyone has blood in their house with kids present. That they may have cleaned up or got cut. Yes, that's true. I'll have to disagree with T on that. Sorry, I need a cigarette for this. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any blood in my house from my 2 kids. I don't think there is. You know, after 7, 8 years, I don't know. There could be, but I don't remember anything off the top of my head. I mean, everyone has blood in their house with kids present, she says. That they may have cleaned up or got cut. Okay, T, who is they? That the kids may have cleaned up or the people in the house or got cut. Yes, that's true. This was yesterday again. They are walking outside with it looked like more carpet. Okay. The unit has visited the home several times over the past few weeks. Carly Moore says, #GANNON Stauch investigators did their best backing the vans up near the garage and blocking our view, but a large thing wrapped in brown paper was just carried out and put into that secondary van. Once it was in, it left immediately. All right, I'm going to zoom in on this. Oh, I hate how Twitter does this. All right, because once you click on the screen, let's see how close I can get. It just looks like a brown, something in a small brown bag. And they've got a cone. He's wearing gloves. Look how close they backed into that house. Wow. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, I turned off chat just because I want to show you all what I found. Look at this. I'll change my color. Here we go. Okay, so like there's been times I've been doing research and I'm like, oh, I need to look at this, you know. Let's go back to size. I want to go over this one and I want to go over this one. And I've not been able to find one that has moved with the page. Check us out, guys. Doop. I can do whatever I want. And it stays with the page. Isn't that awesome? So I can make little notes too. I've also got another one where I can type it in and it sticks with the page. And then you have an option to save it, or you have the option to clear it. Pretty cool, huh? That was the surprise I wanted to show you guys. It's the little things that make me happy. Sorry. All right. Now, there's something else I wanted to go over with. Now, this was at the time the top news, okay? GANNON'S Stauch search. Crews will target area near Monument on Friday. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read this just because I want the details. And then I'm going to go over why, or ask or research why they canceled this search. Because almost immediately after posting this, they had canceled it. And that was Denver CBS Local. Yeah, here it is right here. Now, this one right here. GANNON'S Stauch search. Friday near Monument postponed. This was at 12:57 p.m. So what they did is they just updated this. I'm not sure what this video is taught. Let's see. It might not have anything to do with the case. I just want to see what it says.
And how you've been watching news has really changed along with it.
Well, now you have a new way to get Colorado news anytime you want it.
Yeah, I didn't think that was about the case. All right. So, go away, video. No, I don't want you. All right. El Paso County, Colorado, CBS 4. It's been more than 4 weeks since GANNON'S Stauch was last seen. Now another search effort planned on Friday for the property located east of the monument has been postponed. I'm going to zoom in on this for you guys because I know some of you all are on mobile devices, so I want to make it as easy as you can to see. As we have explained throughout this investigation, this is a very fluid investigation, and it can change at any minute of the day. Obviously, interviews are changing like underwear around here. The scheduled search for tomorrow has been postponed. We will keep you in the loop as it happens and as we can release it. Our tips to date are 801. All right. The 11-year-old was first reported missing January 27th after he didn't return home. All right. I'm going to do something real quick. I don't know if you all can see my calendar, but January 27th was a Monday. I could have swore that was the day they went on the hike, but okay. The search that was supposed to take place on Friday has been postponed. They were going to do it in the area of Highway 105 and Highway 83. Let me screenshot this. They've spent thousands of staff hours. Okay. Interesting. Let me get the chat pulled up so I can see you guys. Oh, there's that stupid video again. Let's see if I can get it to go away. Go away. No. On my end, it's playing. Okay. So, El Paso County Sheriff's spokeswoman Jacqueline Kirby has previously told CBS 4 that the search for Gannon is not classified as a criminal investigation. Interesting. Why is it not classified as criminal? He was first reported missing January 27th by his stepmother, Letitia Tisha Stauch, who said Gannon left to go to a friend's house in the afternoon. Authorities called him a runaway when it first asked the public for help finding him. But the sheriff's office announced January 30th that Gannon was considered a missing and endangered child because of the time that he had been gone, his age, and his reliance on medication. The FBI and other agencies, including the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, have joined in the search for Gannon before search efforts were suspended last Friday. If you see Gannon, please call the El Paso County Sheriff's Office right away at 719-390-5555 or 911. I don't see any comments. It's odd. Now, the petition that I was talking about, guys, is called, they're wanting to call it Gannon's Law. And Sarah, let me see if I've covered everything before I add you up, and we'll go over the petition if you'd like. Let's see what this one is. Latest. Oops. Let's clear that. All right. No, clear. Stop it. Let's close this out. All right. See if anything's come in. Okay, so this is 19 minutes long. T sure is an unlucky woman. What are the odds she leaves her cell phone home, has to take back roads because of an accident, and gets lost all in one day? On the one day when her stepson mysteriously vanishes, leaving out a side gate that only he had the key for. Didn't social media say that she and Gannon took a selfie running errands? Yep. On January 27th, correct. How is that possible if she left her cell phone at home? Didn't social media say there was another video with another angle of Gannon returning home? That wasn't social media, that was actually T that said that. But I guess you could consider that being social media. Now she says the neighbor's video is the wrong day. T, it's time to tell Landon and Al what happened. You cannot go back and change the past, but the least you can do is tell them where Gannon is. Please, mother to mother, I'm begging you. One new result. Yeah, a lot of people are wondering, how'd you take a selfie if you left your phone at home? Nice try there, T. I'm telling you, she used the Apple Watch, you guys. Don't you know how good those turn out on Apple Watches? Swear. Okay. Sign the petition. Gannon's Law will classify children as missing and endangered after only 3 hours. This will speed up the search and investigations. Gannon Stauch's stepmother falsely reported him as a runaway, causing a delay in the search. And then, of course, I've got the petition up here. I'm going to go ahead and click that. So if y'all want to go ahead and read it with me. And then there's a couple other things. Why is it? No, I want to do this. I want all of it. There you go. Oh, of course, it's going to be too much. All right. Let's see if there's a share button on here. All right, so I'm just going to copy that Twitter link and put that in the chat. Or you can just search Gannon's Law. All right, we're going to go over that here in a minute. Let's see. I think this is, yeah, that's the one I already went over. Okay, so this right here is going to entail, and it's going to talk about the case that they just called off, or the search they called off. I'm just going to skim over this, guys. They've called it off. Okay, so this was an area near Colorado 83 and Colorado 105. Follows several days without on-the-ground searches in the hunt for Gannon. I just want to make sure we are getting all these numbers. Okay, guys. I'm just skimming over this article. It was not clear Thursday evening why the sheriff's office had planned to focus on that area near Highway 83 and Highway 105 for search efforts on Friday, and a spokeswoman did not immediately return a request for comment. They previously combed through 35 acres in southern Douglas County, searching an area in the foothills west of Larkspur, and also previously used an underwater drone in the search for Gannon. Investigators called off the on-ground searches on February 21st, but said at the time the investigation was still active and progressing. And like I said, I'm going to leave all these links. No mention of so many things. So many things have changed. Now he didn't exit through the side door. Unbelievable. All right. Sarah, are you still here? Let's get you in here. All right, there's the link. I'm not going to stay on here too much longer. I've got to get up and take my son to the doctor in the morning for a checkup. Okay, I'm back. Where did he exit from then? If he wasn't seen on camera going to a friend's, I don't know. Interesting, huh? I will say that those motion detected cameras don't always pick up everything. You got to think about that. They do skip frames. And he was a pretty little guy. He was 11 years old. He was a preemie. I don't know his actual height, though. I would like to see that, because those Nissan Frontier trucks, they're not that tall. They're kind of like a Chevy Colorado. They're a little bit larger than like a Ford Ranger or an S10. You know, they're like in that mid-size truck category. A local woman said she took the normal route that day. She was headed out for her daughter's birthday around the same time T said she did, and there were no accidents that day. So, yeah, and she also had to take back roads because of the accident and got lost and left her cell phone at home. What a coincidence. Okay, Sarah, I sent you a text. I'm going to give you just a few more minutes. Me mute. I'm going to try to call her. Okay, she must be busy. Um, let's see. Is there any other questions? Oh, you're welcome, Sophie. I didn't actually look to see if anybody covered this, but I also wanted to put my 2 cents in on that whole article because think about it. That article I just read to you all, it changes so much stuff. I mean, she was exclusively interviewed by the local news. Right there, just her. Why didn't she say any of that? And why was it so important? For her daughter to come in and say she was home. She saw Gannon. She saw that Gannon was home when she got home from work after the hike. If it didn't happen that day, why was that so important if it happened on a Sunday? I don't understand that detail. That's what's confusing everybody. Wasn't there a storyline where she left her phone at Petco and had to go back and get it? Oh, that's news to me. Really? Neighbors say they saw her loading up the truck with a trash can and shovel? No. Wow. Allison, where'd you hear that at? Send me a DM on Twitter. I want to see that. Crazy. If you all haven't hit the join button, you can join. Anything I make from AdSense goes right back to you all. I do all kinds of giveaways and stuff whenever I get AdSense. Most of my videos are not monetized. They're always limited or no ads. So it's always that little yellow thing. But anything that you all give to me, I give back to the community. So whether it be through super chat to somebody else or specifically you all, which I try to always do. So in a month, I've got a pretty big surprise for you guys. Appreciate it, Allison. I really do appreciate it. Okay, guys. Exit 103 off highway. Okay. I'm going to look at a map. I might just do a live stream looking and pinpointing all the places that they've searched. And then, of course, I've also got my friend that can also help me with that. And we can look at where Petco is and all that good stuff. If Petco is 20 miles away, that's buying at least 40 minutes GPS free. Stauch said he stayed out of school mostly because he was embarrassed that he might have an accident in class. Right. Since he was dealing with bouts of both constipation and diarrhea. That's what she said he said. No one leaves the toilet when they have diarrhea that bad. I beg to differ. Kids do. Depending on how bad he had it. Now, did he have a stomach bug or she said it was his medication? If it was the medication, she could have given him Imodium. Also, why would she buy 2 large dog jackets and get one free when they had 2 small dogs? Ooh, Liz. Good point. Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Typically, since we're online, what I'll do, a lot of people don't have either like PayPal or something like that. So I will ask you all, if you win during the giveaway, I'll ask you, well, where would you like a gift card to? And through PayPal, you can actually send a digital gift card. So I'll email it to you and you can use it online wherever. And I usually, depending on how much I make on AdSense, I'll do $100. So that'll give you 2 chances to win because I'll leave one video, the comments up, all of them. And then I have an app that actually picks a random comment for me. So it actually works out pretty good. Exactly. Not to go shopping all day, though, right? I think it's what she could have added to the Marilax that made his belly hurt and vomiting. Possibly, Liz. I mean, if a kid has bouts of constipation and diarrhea, so he had to have had, let's just assume here, right? Say he was constipated from the medicine, which I can totally get that, right? You have to be very, very careful on how much Miralax. I think okay, so the Miralax cap is usually how you measure it. You've got like two different spaces. It's been a while since I've even had to use it. But like the full cap is for an adult, and then like the first one's for a child. Maybe he accidentally had an adult dose. I don't know. But she keeps bringing up the fact that he cut his foot in the garage. But did you all not see? She did not want to answer how much blood. Y'all want to go back to that? Let's go back to those screenshots, okay? Let's just read those again. Which one's my Twitter? Okay. I think those recent screenshots are pretty telling. All right. I'm not smoking this much. This has all been one cigarette since I've been live. It keeps going out. Okay. That everything in those groups is speculation and some of it is crazy, somebody's saying to her. That he was having a few days of silly accidents. So she reiterates accident, right? Accidents, plural. Accidents as in getting hurt or accidents of bouts of diarrhea? What type of accidents are we talking about, T? They can't blame me of him starting a fire and having blood. Okay. Think about this. I don't know about you all, but how often do you bleed when you start a fire? Or, I mean, typically there's not a lot of blood with a burn. Am I right? They can't blame me of him starting a fire and having blood. And they seen the candle. Maybe he got cut on the candle glass. Allison says the bath salt text between her and hubby is concerning too. Did she give him Epsom salt? Would Epsom salt have hurt him though? I mean, depending on how much you give them, but Epsom salt's pretty, that's good for a wound. I didn't see the bath salt text. I need you to send me that too, Allison. Yeah, burned skin doesn't bleed. She said, and they seen the candle. So, did the candle. Okay. Supposedly, there was a candle that caused a fire and having blood, and they seen the candle. So, did the candle break? The room was carpeted. So, honestly, unless the candle got too hot and then it busted. Yeah, you are supposed to measure it out. Too much could hurt him, right? But I think the same. I believe they gave him Epsom salt or a bath bomb, possibly mixed in with his in what? What are you saying, Liz? His in liquid? Make him sick and give him diarrhea if he ate, or for us to be with his liquid meals. During the bowel clean out, please plan on being at home for 3 days because bowel movements will be frequent and hard to predict. It may take 3 days to completely cleanse the bowel. A G cleanse, and maybe she did too much. Maybe she was trying to get something she gave him out of his system. She was trying to clean something out of his system? I think she gave him something, then tried to clean it out of his system, and it caused him to get sick and was too much. Maybe that's also why he burned the carpet. Okay, let's go over these texts again. And they seen the candle. The person asks, how much blood did they find in the garage? And the fire people investigated. Again, she doesn't answer how much blood was in the garage. Something that would be explained away by a small cut. So how much blood did they find in the garage? Something that would be explained away by a small cut. Yes, in the garage. Was it just a small amount? Plus, Albert cut his finger off in the garage. They can tell whose blood it is. There was drips, and some got on the wood. We turned the wood over. We turned the wood over. What, so that the blood wouldn't be seen, T? There was drips, so more than one drop, and some got on the wood. We turned the wood over. She is totally... Wow. Something is so off with this woman. And again, the other person reiterates, with DNA, they'd be able to tell if it was Albert's. Okay, so they can tell whose blood it is. Yes, and GANNON'S was on the wood. But they turned the wood over from a small injury. But not once does she say how he got the injury. She did say he had cut his foot. Something else is in that garage. I agree. Now, she did state that Al does woodworking. She stated it was an accident. But then that video leaked of her basically screaming at first to Gannon with him crying hysterically, we're going to have to sell something to fix it so that we do not get kicked out of the house. Are you sure you didn't do it on purpose? And she had already asked him this more than once. I'm going to ask you again. Was it an accident, she says. Maybe the wood is a work counter and they turned it over. It was said Gannon asked about bath salts and that Harley gave him a bath bomb. Makes me wonder if possibly a bath bomb or Epsom salt into his stomach meds. She's definitely trying to cover something up. She's deflecting. Major. from a small injury. I mean, everyone has blood in their house with kids present. They may have cleaned up or got cut. Could have been both. That's right. Could have been both. Yes, prayers for Gannon. I'll go on Twitter one more time and see if there's any updates. I'll put all these links in the description. Guys. What's this? Oh, so there's a video. Okay. Let's watch this video real quick. This is not live, but I don't know if this has to do with him or not.
Breaking news at 8:25 this morning. The search is still in Stauch County. Copter 4 shows us at least a dozen officers here at Highway 287 and Northwest Parkway. And we have Mikaela White, who's there live at the scene with more on what's happening there. Hey, Mech.
Good morning, Brett. Yeah, there's still a very large police presence here, and you can see Highway 287 is blocked off. It is closed behind me right now. The Lafayette PD tells me this all started at around 4 a.m. when they were dispatched to the 600 block of Lafayette, which is an apartment complex. Suspects were reportedly breaking into parked vehicles then. The witnesses began to follow a suspect car. Then
Oops. I heard search, so I went ahead and pressed play. Why was she asking, are you sure it was an accident? So she's trying to confirm he didn't do it on purpose. So why would he do that on purpose unless he was mad at her, right? I don't know. You know, we can only go. I think in that video, honestly, I think that video was done after the fact. She did that video to cover her ass. That's my opinion. That was what my gut told me when I first heard that. Yes, we all need to sign that petition. The petition is GANNON'S law to ensure children under the age of 13 are classified as missing and endangered. So far, 17,749 have signed. Let's get it to 25,000. See, they have to make a certain amount of signatures before Congress will even look at it. I agree wholeheartedly. I almost wish the age was a little higher. Because you've got older kids that still look younger. Okay? I don't think they should. Maybe they should put maybe a height requirement on that. Just because I know my son is 11 and he's very small. I'm going to put it in the description. Yeah, it's on change.org. So it'll be up once the video uploads. I'm going to go to Twitter real quick and just see if there's any updates. There's 9 new results. Let's see what's going on. Oh, that's a new picture. Look, guys. A search scheduled for Friday in northwest El Paso County was abruptly postponed by the sheriff's office. We already know that. T. Stauch has her shovel and is digging herself a deeper hole. Oh, yeah. They really want Live PD Nation to cover it. Yeah, I really like this tweet. really like this one. Oh, thank you, Jen B. I love you too, sweetheart. Appreciate that, honey. She would only remove carpet because of blood. So T must not have an attorney. Is she still talking to reporters? And now Crime Online. Really? She's talking to Crime Online? Well, another thing too is, I'll just add this in there before we shut off. She keeps closing her Facebook and reopening her Facebook. Closing and opening, or making new Facebooks. She likes that Facebook. She cannot stay away. Kind of like how we are with YouTube, right? But just keep an eye. Keep an eye on her. You guys, something's got to give. That whole interview I just went over blew my mind. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate it. Oh, that's a cute picture, honey. I like that. So pretty. Okay, guys, if there's any questions, go ahead and type them now. If not, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. I don't like to have too long of a live stream. I like to get to the point and get out of here. So, Aries Queen 88. Hey, honey. Clouds behind the sun. Hey. I agree, Jen. Let her dig that hole. I don't like to pass judgment, you guys, but she alludes to detail a lot, and her story keeps changing. What happened to the selfie to track her whereabouts? But now she left. Well, oops. It's okay. I'll look at them. I'll look at them. She left her cell phone at home that day now. And she went back roads. There was a wreck. Then she got lost. No mention of Petco. Wow. I don't know. Like, it's almost as if they listed that they were going to search and where. Then they said that the search for tomorrow was postponed. Postponed. Keywords, guys. Postponed. Not canceled. Postponed. So, until further ado, I'm going to postpone the next update until we hear something back, okay? Yes, it's been a very, very nice group tonight. I like when I have something to go over. I don't like it when there's no news, and I try to go over something that not everybody's talking about. So if there's everything breaking, I will be right here, and hopefully you all get the notifications. Please hit that bell. If you do not get notifications, unsub, resub, hit that bell, hit all. Much love, you guys, and God bless. Thanks for coming.